today was really magical. Oh my gosh. If you've been on this channel, you know that there's been changes. Energies have been shifting in my life. And again, I am recording on my phone because I do not have storage to download things from my camera. I don't know, make it make sense, help me, I don't know. But with that being said, I just wanted to share with you guys, meanwhile, like the behind the scenes of how everything is playing out in my life right now, because I think it's really magical. Last night on the 11th, that was August the 11th, right? I saw 11:11 before I fell asleep, and that felt like just such clear alignment, right? Because 11s symbolize alignment, new beginning, being perfectly in alignment with your manifestations, therefore having the power to call it in, doors opening up, and new beginnings when it comes to your manifestation. So when I'm seeing 11:11, I'm like, okay. And I be asking for signs. Spirit be showing me signs because I be asking for them, and I be saying like, okay, am I going crazy or what? Let me see a little sign or something. And they be sending out a little sign or something. So I wanted to explain how my day played out, and I wrote it down so that I would not forget because this was too much. So this morning I woke up, and today's the last day of the August 8th portal, aka the Lionsgate portal. If you know, you know. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it at that because I feel like I already explained that on this channel. So this whole Lionsgate portal, I spent it in Miami Beach with my family, which is so perfectly aligned with the Aquarius full moon that was happening in my 7th house. And I'm an Aquarius sun, so when Aquarius and the 7th house are aligned, it's literally an introspective, reflective, transformational experience to be had with your family, which was truly what was going on deep within me. And I did spend that time with my family, which was just very key in the alignment of everything. And I had just, you know, accomplished a lot of goals that I was like really proud of. And then when I woke up this morning at 11:11, my lawyer called for me to sign a contract releasing the money that I got out of the car accident that I got into at the beginning of the year, which I felt kind of like was going to be a blessing. At the same time, I had arranged to pick up my check, my final check for my job today at the same time. On top of that, I picked up my check at 12:22. So I signed my closure for my agreement for the car settlement at 11:11, and by 12:22 I had already accumulated more money. With that being said, after that, my dad told me about a savings account that I had randomly, which is a whole nother thing. But I had prayed and prayed and prayed to find a way to, y'all, when it comes to finances, I feel like my boundary is I don't share everything with y'all, but when I be telling y'all, when I be learning certain shit, okay, when you get your motherfucking credit card, don't just swipe it. And everyone always tells you that, but no, it's easy to swipe it and forget how quickly it goes up. And the fact that you might not get your paycheck as fast as you intended to every single time. So you need to lock the fuck in when you have a credit card. Anyways, with it being said, I was like, God, I gotta lock in. Help me lock in. And then boom, something worked out. And apparently there was some magical saving account that had been hiding in the history of however long. And it just so happened to be perfectly there for me to be able to access at that time. So I was able to withdraw exactly what I needed from that account. On top of that, I always save 20s and ones and like random bills that I have. I always save them in the back of my closet, and I always like forget that I be doing that because I always tell myself I will only remember that I have it here when I need it most and when it is time for me to, you know, put it into whatever I need to put it into. So I also was like, okay, boom, like I also discovered that I had actually had a nice chunk of change that I had saved for myself for this exact moment in time today. So all of that had worked out all today, and I had been stressing and then relaxing. Like at the beginning of the summer, I was stressed about my finances, and the more that I relaxed and just allowed life to flow, at the perfect time, everything was able to align and everything was able to work out. And I'm just so happy because that just makes me so happy. And today, furthermore, when I was done with all of my tasks, after seeing 11:11, 12:22, I saw 11:11 on the time again. I saw 111 on a bus, like on my way home. I had arrived to the house at 2:22, so I was like, that's so cute how like the timing was just always like very angel number oriented. I was like, I love that. And I just think that at this moment in my life, I can feel the energy accumulating, and it's really cool because there's a shift happening, and I've been talking about this shift, and I have been able to sense it in other people, because I also sense it somewhere deep down within me too. It's making itself more obvious now, but like the shift that I'm experiencing within me is one that is calling my power back in and allowing me to remember, you know, how to call things into my life, exactly how to manifest things into my life. And the reason why I was meant to learn that was so that I can remember, okay, there is like a formula. There's like, it's almost like an equation to it, right? Like when we think of math and how equations are leveled out by section, you have to do first section, then the second section, then the third section, especially for the longer problems. So when it comes to manifestation, it's kind of like an equation of balancing your earthly understandings with your divine understandings, and how that aligns with your practical day-to-day life and the belief systems that you have in your day-to-day life, habitual understandings, I guess. So it's really interesting because to me it's like a psychological thing, but at the same time there's so many other elements that are making it make sense. And the planetary alignment that has played a role in my life this summer, no, if you know, you know. Why was this such a galactic summer? Like, oh my gosh, the full moons, I saw the moon pink. I literally saw a pink moon in the sky. Like, I've never seen that in my real life. And the fact that I've been seeing so many magical things and tuning into so many magical essences of me, it's just been really interesting seeing how it's played out in my life, and how, you know, exactly what I envisioned for myself literally a year ago today has played out, and how the things that I'm envisioning for myself now have already played out and are continuing to play out for the rest of this calendar year. And then the academic year is a whole nother thing. So yes, there's many blessings on the horizon to come, yet to be seen, to be witnessed and experienced. And I'm so excited to take you guys on the journey because I feel it. And what's so interesting is when you're manifesting things and when you're committed to the spiritual journey, the biggest part of it, and I promise you this, every single one of us goes through this, is delusional, being delusional. Oh, you're so delusional. How can you believe something that doesn't exist? How can you like think that everything's going to be okay when your life's a mess? How are you going to believe in something that is not real? But you know what's delusional? It's believing that you don't have the ability to change your life. It's believing that other people control your reality. You know what's delusional? Is believing something that you know is not true. Not that you don't know if it could be true, but that you know for a fact is not true. That's delusional. Thinking that you don't control your own life, thinking that you don't have any power in the outcome of your own reality. That's delusional. So at the end of the day, for me, the way that I've grounded myself and the way that I have like leveled out my energy in that sense of like, am I being delusional? And like, wait, no, I just have a vision. The way that I've grounded it is by the same phrase that I've been saying all summer. Wow, that makes a lot of sense to why I've been saying that all summer, because it's coming full circle. We accept the things that we cannot change. We change the things that we can't, and we have the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity, okay? The serenity prayer. And that prayer came into my life at a very special time in February, and I'm very grateful to the person that brought that prayer into my life, because it has stuck with me for ever since. And when I realized that that was like the theme, and I was like, oh, okay. And I locked in, and I was like, okay, we can motherfucking control the shit we can control. We can't control the shit we can't control. But at the end of the motherfucking day, if you have a vision and you have a dream and you have a goal and you have a calling and your soul is going in a certain path, okay, and you're listening to that because you know. And if you know you have a talent, a gift, a calling, something that is so much deeper within you that is guiding your every move, okay? You are not crazy. You are not delusional, okay? Your dream, your vision, it is meant for you to experience it. You are meant to be felt by the world. And we're on this motherfucking journey together. And that's why I always have to make sure to let you know what I'm going through and what's really going on behind the scenes. Because once things start coming, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna be able to look back and see, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. And so with that being said, honey, keep motherfucking going. This is for my inner child and for yours. Keep motherfucking going, bitch, every motherfucking day, and allow the little tiny little miracles and the little blessings and the synchronicities, even if it's just angel numbers, which honestly, don't ever diminish them in that way by saying they're just angel numbers. Because what the fuck? Synchronicities, why would you see 3 3s in a row? Why would you see 3 3s in a row? for no reason. There's no such thing as things happening for no reason. If everything is created by the divine and every single path has been mapped out, then clearly things are not unintentional. We had to be created for a purpose, for a reason. All of this is for a reason. And I just feel like you need to hear this just as much as me. Girl, keep motherfucking going. Keep believing in your motherfucking self, because it's the littlest shit. It's the littlest confirmations that will like come back later and you're like, fuck. And I manifested this exact day. I manifested exactly how this day was going to play out. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. And the way that like you can manifest by every hour of your day if you'd like. All you gotta do is just set your intention. Set your intention. This is how this is going to play out. This is how that's going to play out. And just believe it, but don't be desperate about it, right? So allow yourself to set an intention that is broad enough for you to know that it will manifest regardless. For example, instead of saying, I'm about to win, $1 million in the next hour, maybe your intention can be, I'm going to feel so wealthy and abundant within the next hour. And regardless of if you have that $1 million or not, you will feel wealthy, you will feel abundant, and you will be proud of your motherfucking self. So it's just one step at a time. It's just one step at a time. It's just one step at a time. Okay? I love you. I feel like our anxiety just needed to hear this tonight.